The significance of social sustainability in landscape architecture is essential, as humans have an intrinsic need to connect to the very land upon which we live. The practice of social sustainability further promotes the well-being of human beings through its understanding of the needs of a very society that will utilize a piece of land. An amazing example of social sustainability through landscape architecture is Edwardly Park in Calgary, Alberta. I love to revisit this park throughout the seasons as it truly provides for year-round activities for visitors. The site of the park was originally part of the Cochrane Ranch and was eventually purchased by Thomas Edwardly in 1883. It would be under Edwardly's ownership that the parcel of land saw itself to various uses, ranging from a garden market to later becoming the site of sandstone quarries. The site eventually landed in the hands of the city of Calgary, who then transformed it into a park in 1962. The modern-day park consists of 169 hectares of recreational area, with the park grounds including a system of hiking trails, bird-watching refuges, off-leash dog runs, small ice cream shops, and manicured grass areas for recreation. The social sustainability of this site can further be dissected using Swafield's theoretical themes in an attempt to better understand how this design of the park impacts the residents and surrounding areas. In the book, Theory in Landscape Architecture, Swafield theorized that the meaning and significance in landscape architecture are determined within fields of potential relationships, which can include but not limited to the concepts of nature and culture. At Edwardly Park, the park grounds consist largely of undeveloped natural reserves, through which hiking trails allow residents the opportunity to retreat from the urban confines of the city. The nature at Edwardly Park is referential to the type of nature that could be found long before permanent settlements were seen in this region, thus allowing visitors to be able to experience the land through a different lens and to see what the land would have been like before European settlement. Furthermore, cultural relationships can again be traced through the park as recreational areas, playgrounds, and dog runs located within the park provide a glimpse of the type of society this park caters to today. The incorporation of these types of recreational areas provides insight into what types of activities we enjoy partaking in and what our beliefs are and what type of infrastructure is required for this. For example, the presence of dog runs shows us exactly how we as a society like to interact with our pets and want them to be able to experience nature as much as we do ourselves. Thus, the dog runs are present in this site in order for us to do that. The same goes for multiple playgrounds, where our belief that children should be able to play outdoors in a safe environment has led to the presence of playground structures to be erected, as opposed to none at all or unsafe sites where children might harm themselves. This theory helps us understand social sustainability in that the natural and cultural requirements and their relationships are able to provide for spaces in the park that actively promote the well-being of all park users, whether they're children, adults, or animals. By being able to experience the park with children and pets, we can all promote an active lifestyle that's beneficial for every single one of us. Lastly, Swafield theorized that landscape integrity requires active and critical mediation between the site, place, and region. This again is seen at Edwardly Park as the location of the site and its previous uses evolved throughout time based on the needs of society. The previous site, which was garden centers and limestone quarries, is now a lush park, emphasizing the shifting views of the people and region. The rehabilitation of the site is emblematic of how we value nature and want it present in our urban settings in order to create refuges for ourselves and for local wildlife. The location of Edwardly Park is particularly important in flood mitigation as well, as the Bow River in Calgary is notorious for flooding, as glacial melt and rain upstream in the Canadian Rockies can cause large fluctuations in the river's water levels. Due to the park being largely green space, floodwaters are allowed to seep back into the ground through overland absorption, where hardscaped urban landscaping, such as concrete and asphalt, does not allow for water to seep back into the ground easily. Thus, the park grounds are able to help alleviate flood effects. Again, social sustainability is promoted through the mediation between site and place as the park prevents neighboring areas from flooding. In conclusion, Edwardly Park provides not only for a sustainable recreational area for residents, allowing them to better enrich their lives, Its presence actively promotes the well-being of all Calgary residents due to the vegetation in the park providing fresh oxygen and by providing flood mitigation. The residents of Calgary don't have to visit the park to be able to experience the enrichment that's provided by this park, thus exemplifying how social sustainability is ingrained in its design.